PSA, you need to watch this video. You know why? Because I just recorded 25-minute video, and because the mic battery was dead, I did not record the sound, so I am redoing it. And if you know, you know, and if you don't, when these things are happening, it means, you know, it was a very important message. If you have a little bit of faith in God, you will watch until the end. PSA, English is not my first language, and I did receive a mean comment that I want to share for a greater purpose than just myself. I did heal myself, so I am not touched by those. Apparently my accent is triggering for some. My voice is apparently triggering for some. Basically, someone said to me, you shouldn't be allowed to talk with this accent. I do not believe God asked your permission before he made me, so me and my accent, we are still talking in English, even though you do not like it. Just so you know, God wants me to talk. That being said, the message of this video is spend time with God. Talk to God. If you feel stuck in life, if you feel lost, talk to God, ask God, what should I do? Please, God, give me a sign. And I am saying this because this is what I just did. I was like, God, please, I know you are using me in this lifetime for a greater purpose than myself. I know I am meant to speak to a bigger audience. I am walking through my purpose every single day. I am discovering it still, but I know it has something to do with sharing my journey, how I healed myself, how I broke generational trauma, how I did all of those things. And you know, credit to God, but I still had the free will to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's my free will, but credit all God. So if you are listening to this, know that this first video, I was like, please God, put words into my mouth. Tell me exactly what you want me to share in this first video. And I do believe God is using me, is using so many people to, you know, spread some wisdom, spread some love, teach things. You know what I'm saying? So please take this one thing from this video. Talk to God in this season of your life. If you are watching this, please do it with God this time. Like, do not go and ask a friend, what should I do? Do not go ask your mom. I mean, don't do it before talking to God or whatever you believe in, obviously. Do it with God this season, and I can almost guarantee that you will get an answer. How do you know that? First of all, God is always answering. You just need to pay attention, but you also need to talk to him. It's not a one-sided type of relationship. Again, I am saying this because I was doing it. I was like, I have my faith, but I was not including God. But then I came to the realization I need to start doing it. I need to start including God. You can talk to God into your head, you can say it out loud, you can take a piece of paper, a journal, whatever. Do it with God this season. And obviously do not stop after. I am trying to recall what I was saying in the first video. Yeah, also I said one thing. If you want to go get your dreams, you need to start. Mel Robbins said this. You need to start like the person you want to become. So you need to go get your dreams. It's not enough to just say I have this dream and then be like, but God is going. No. God is going to help you, but you need to physically take action. You need to start acting like the person you want to become. And I just read a quote. I believe it's a quote, a sentence, you name it, and it is, your fear of being watched by the world, of being seen, is holding you back. And it is so true, especially if you are coming from generational trauma, especially if you grew up in a toxic type of household where you were meant to believe that you are not worthy, you are not enough, but it was also your past. Do not resent this time of your life, because first of all, I would advise you to heal yourself. You have no idea how the healing journey is going to teach you so many things. And if you are coming from generational trauma, if you do have some childhood trauma, the healing journey is going to be mind-blowing for you. When I say mind-blowing, I can tell that even though I am not where I want to be, still I need to give myself some grace, because the place I am coming from, I mean, thanks to God, thanks to the healing journey. Basically, the healing journey is allowing you to become the person you always wanted to become, and I do believe also your inner child knew. Like, if you are meant for more in this lifetime, your gut knows. It's not me saying this, it's this great, amazing actor. Also, I just want to say something, take a second to say something. When you are quoting someone, all the YouTubers, influencer, whatever, when you are taking someone else's speech and you try to make it like it's your own, please don't do this. Please just don't do this, because it sounds fake and some people know you are trying to take a quote you read or take someone else, or maybe a little influencer, and because you know that this little influencer doesn't have yet a big audience, you are like, oh, you know what, this is interesting, I am going to take this speech and make it, and my audience is going to believe it's coming from me. Please don't do this, it sounds fake. Be your authentic self. So when you are coaching Mel Robbins, do you believe you are not doing it with Mel Robbins? Because, you know, if you are saying some things that she said, well, people likely know it's coming from Mel Robbins. Still quote the person you are taking the speech from. Also, when Mel said no one's coming, yes and no. No one's coming. If you want some things, if you want to go get your dreams, you have to just wake up and do the work. But at some point on earth, if you want, let's say, if you want to have a successful podcast, no one's coming. Do not wait to have 1 million followers to start a podcast. If you want to start a podcast, start a podcast. Just start. You know, like, you are going to talk, you are going to experience so many things. So start on your own. And then God, so no one's coming, yes, but then God is going to send you at some point what I like to call helpers, right? God is going to send you people, because I do not know about the other planets, but on Earth you do need some people to help you. You know what I'm saying? You may need a team at some point. Regardless of what your dreams are, you may need people. When God is going to send you some helpers, please pay attention. First of all, as I said, in this season, do it with God. Ask God, talk to God, and ask God for a sign. For example, ask God and say, you know what, God, please, I would love to see a dolphin in a video with maybe, I don't know, a metaphor, a type of message. Then I will know it's coming from you. You know what I'm saying? Ask God for a sign. I can guarantee God is going to send you this sign. Just pay attention. About the helpers, I just watched this video. I believe it was not this video, but whatever. So this man, he was in the street and he asked a woman, he was like, do you want I believe it was 3,000 pounds. And the woman did not even acknowledge him, and he was like, he said, but it was luck. When luck is coming to you, you should accept it. No, I do not believe it was luck. I believe it was God. I believe God is using this man and so many other people to do amazing things and to help some people that need help. So when God is going to send you some helpers, please pay attention and put your ego, if you still have one, aside and accept the help. I am saying this because I am the type of person who I know that at some point I'm going to accept the help because it's going to come from God, and at some point I do need some help. If you are coming from generational trauma, you may know why it's extremely hard to rely on someone, but it's not someone, it's God's helpers. So when God is sending you help, please take it. Also, if you are healing yourself, I wish for you that you reach a point in your healing journey. You are going to face something that is called the death of the ego. It means basically you are going to understand that the ego is not that important, and very much likely you are going to reach a point you won't have one anymore, which is an amazing, trust me, it's an amazing thing to experience when you are in a place you do not have an ego anymore. Why? Because you did learn the concept about you and your higher self. I will explain in another video. Still talking about God's helpers, I do believe, I hope you watch this movie. If not, if you didn't watch, no, I believe it's haven't watched. If you haven't watched it yet, please go watch this movie. This is one of my favorite movies ever. Actually, it was even a date, but this is for This is a story time for my dating show. The man I was with when I watched this movie was like, "You are not crying," and I was like, "You are not crying, you do have an issue if you are not crying," because this movie is just, I mean, it's Will Smith. I don't even have words because words are not enough to describe this actor. I do not know the person, but the actor is just, I mean, every single movie is, it's not even a master. Every single movie to me, it's a masterpiece, but it's also, there is something so specific to a Will Smith movie. It's just giving unique. It's giving everything. Let me say one thing, because as I said, it is the second time I am recording this video. I am talking about God. When you are talking about God, when you are doing it with God, let me tell you, the enemy do not like it. And when I say the enemy, it means people, you know, it's mind-blowing to me. It's a little digression also, please, as English is not my first language. If I am saying something and it is not the right way to say it, please be a sweetheart and let me know in the comments the right way to say it. Anyway, so little digression. You are sharing, when you are doing it with God, when you are sharing a message and you are basically doing God's work in this lifetime, which I believe is a main part of my purpose, because I know it's bigger than me. And also, I just want to say something. Get over yourself. And when I say get over yourself, you should have confidence in yourself. You should learn to love yourself, but get over yourself. Like, it's sometimes, you know, it's, you are here on earth to experience life. You are not better than anyone. I am not better than anyone. So at some point, do not think you are a big deal, because no one's here is a big deal. God is. The only big deal to me is God. That's it. So at the end of the day, we are all the same. I don't care who is having more followers on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. It's really not my concern. You know, I heard this man, he said something very, very important and very wise. He said, we are all influencers, which means we are all doing the same thing, because we are now living in a very digital type of world. So whether it is you are a doctor, you are a lawyer, I may also use social media to share your work with the world. So yes, he is right, because it's exactly what I think. We are all influencers in a way. So whoever I am speaking to, share this video to someone who may need to hear this today, and please get over yourself. Another digression. I have worked with celebrities and I met a very famous actor, at least at this time. He did receive an Oscar, so we are talking about, you know, name dropping is just not my thing. I think it's completely useless to use the name of someone to, I don't like name dropping, because unless it's your friend, obviously. I don't like using the light of someone, because in a way it's using the light of someone to bring it, you know what I mean. It's besides the point. This man was so sweet and so nice. I was like, you know what, not only he has values, apparently, because obviously I don't know him, not only he has values, but also he knows that no one is a big deal. Even though he is a big deal in his field, he knows that at the end of the day, we are all the same. I am trying to remember what I said in the first video again. So I also said one thing about this movie. Please, again, I am saying it again, but please go and watch this movie if you haven't. You have a scene, amazing scene, and it's when his son is talking to him and he's like, do you know this story about this man? So the scene is Will Smith's son is asking his dad, do you know this story about this guy he was drowning? And two boats came to him. The first boat was like, do you need help? And he was like, no, I don't need help. God is going to save me. Then a second boat came and same thing. The second boat asked, do you need help? And the man said, no, I don't need help. God is going to save me. Then the man died and went to heaven, and he was like, but God, I don't understand why you did not save me. And God was like, but I did send to you two boats. you idiot, it was me. Please pay attention to God helpers and put your ego aside and trust when it's coming from God. If God is sending you help, accept it. The last thing still from this movie, it's a very, you know what, I think I am not getting copyright if I share just what is the copyright rule.
Alright. You got a dream, you gotta protect it.
This is so inspiring. Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something, not even me. You got a dream, you gotta protect it. And it's, you know, it's funny because in life I genuinely believe, because I have experienced it, I genuinely believe that not only the fear of you being perceived by the world is holding you back. Like, please, if you know you are meant to speak, speak. If you know in your gut and if you know God wants you to speak, please do it. Do not listen to anyone who is telling you, but you cannot speak properly in English, but your accent, but you are too young, but you are not enough pretty to be on camera, whatever. If you know and if you feel in your gut you are meant to speak, please do it, because God wants you to speak. That's the first thing. And the second thing is do not expect people to support you, because very much often, you know, I think it was Sharon Stone, but you tell me, I am not sure about it, but I think she said something extremely wise, and she said, you know, people like you when you are doing exactly what they are asking you to do. Then when you are doing it on your own authenticity, when you are allowing yourself to be yourself, and by the way, I don't know if you know, but authenticity is to me the key, and it's not happening overnight. You cannot be authentic overnight. In my opinion, you need to heal yourself first. And because authenticity is the highest frequency, it's not love, it's authenticity. When you are living in your truth, when you are rising at a very high frequency, because it is the highest, do not expect a lot of people to meet you there. In fact, expect to receive some hate, because your light, your aura is going to trigger some people, most likely the people who are unhealed, because again, it's called projecting onto other your own insecurities. So in my opinion, a telltale sign that you are doing something right in this lifetime is when you are receiving hate, because you are living your truth, you are in your authenticity, and this is very much often triggering. Last word is to God. Do it with God. Please do it with God this season. Talk to God, ask God, and He will answer. And voila, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching.